What'd you think of the Guinness thing, Joel?
What the hell, man?
Wasn't that something?
That was wild. I did not expect the Guinness Book of World Records to see it.
That was amazing. That was
get
amazing.
in on it.
Denise, you know Alex McCarthy, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So last week he did the podcast with us, and I showed him a really stupid Guinness Book of World Records record. And then I said to him, "Is there anything that you're really good at that you might want to go for a record?" And he said, "I can eat food really fast." So I sent a message to the Guinness Book Twitter account, which has, what do they have, like 2 million followers or something. I sent a message to them and I copied Alex and I copied a link to the video. Wouldn't you know, they responded and they said, Alex can go for any record he wants because he gave me my first job in social media.
Wait, what?
It's like, how would that, what?
What? Wait, the guy that works at Guinness World
Yes.
Records did social media with Alex?
Yes.
Apparently.
Oh,
Yes.
what?
And Alex didn't know.
World?
Alex didn't know that the dude was working for Guinness, the Guinness Book of World Records. He had no idea. It's like, it's meant to happen.
Wow, what a small world.
It is. So Alex is going to break a record of some sort. He's going to figure something out and break a record of some sort.
He's gotta.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I wonder what's the record for eating fastest. I mean, it obviously depends on the food item.
That's
too,
what it is.
Yeah.
But they got records for everything.
Something. Yeah. Very
What about you?
specific.
What kind of record could you break?
None.
Really?
I can't do nothing.
Come on.
Nothing.
Really? I'm trying to think of. I've seen enough of like your little videos and stuff. What kind of shit do you like?
Actually, if I'm anything like Denise or Denise is anything like me, it's like we try a lot of different things, but we're not like the master of anything in particular.
There you go.
Is that
That's
it? Yeah.
Well, I do try a lot of things, but I wouldn't say I have like a skill because I can't draw, I can't paint, I can't do like anything that's artistic, no DIY stuff.
That's gonna change.
There's
Maybe
gonna be there's something.
There's nothing. I'm trying to tell you. The other day, my mom was trying to think of like what my hobby was. I don't have one. I don't have any hobbies.
Well, I mean, podcasting is kind of like a professional hobby.
I don't count anything that's work related a hobby.
I don't know. What about? I got one. Could you listen to the same Taylor Swift song in a loop like 1,000 times in a row?
Probably, yes.
You could do that? I bet you there's a record for something like that.
I've done that in the past, but not like 1,000 times. I think I got to like maybe like, almost like 100, but this was like a while though.
I think there's probably records where you literally have to sit there and just listen to the same song over and over for like a certain set of time. There's got to be.
Maybe. I'll search it up.
You do that?
Here it is.
Oh, see?
What is it?
It's during his 204-kilometer long nonstop walking marathon. Emil, I can't pronounce his last name. It looks like Illich. He's 50 years old. Listen to the song Si Bastesen un par de canciones. Anyway. Nonstop 413 times in 36 hours.
Wait, what is it again? How many times?
413 times in 36 hours. This was 2011.
Right.
I feel like that could be beaten. That could totally be beaten.
Really? Okay.
That doesn't seem too far-fetched.
What's the Taylor Swift song that you hate the most? You think it's just an absolute shit show?
I can't. There's not one song that I hate the most, but there is one song that makes me cry all the time, and I can't listen to it because of that.
Okay, that one. Which one is that?
It's Never Grow Up by Taylor Swift. I can't listen to it because I'll just bawl like a baby.
This
that one
good.
And Marjorie, I'll bawl like a baby.
36 hours of tears coming your way.
Oh, hell no. I can't do it. Sometimes I can't even get through the song.
Never Grow Up, you said? Okay, so Denise is going to listen to Never Grow Up 415 times.
And the whole time I'm just going to be crying.
In a row.
I might like lose like 40 pounds in like tears.
I mean, that's not good. We'll have to make sure you get some, I don't know, whatever your favorite food is. You said you like Cheetos the last time. We'll get you some Cheetos.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Awesome.
I'm down.
All right. While we're putting over the Guinness Book of World Records, they take better note of like Spotify numbers
analytics
and analytics than Spotify themselves. It's
Do
actually
they really?
wild. I'm on their website and I'm just searching like songs listened to and things like that, and just Spotify, this artist and this artist. I'm like, this is wild. I can see everything that Spotify doesn't actually promote to me.
That's true because I always see people like on stand sites, they always promote like, oh, so and so is the first person to hit a certain amount of views, certain amount of listens, whatever. And I always see that, and I never see Spotify promote it.
Yeah, it's all over Guinness Book of World Records. There you go.
I think Guinness has had to recreate themselves because they were not relevant for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying. I didn't know that they existed still until Natty had the book on SmackDown.
Oh.
I thought they were done until she had the book on the show. So
I knew they weren't done just because I don't know. I just kept seeing stuff that's somehow tied to that. And that's like the only reason. Also, there's a museum here in Hollywood that's for the Guinness Book of World Records. And so I think because I've seen it so many times, it's always just been there in my mind.
Right.
And I've gone like I wouldn't say, if you want to consider like 4 years recently, I went, to that, and there was like updated ones and like all of these new like records and stuff like that. And then they also came out with like, they have the book still. They have like the book of the records, and I saw that when I was doing holiday shopping.
Nice. Did you end up getting it for anybody?
No, I wanted to get it for my brothers, but I realized that they ain't gonna read that book, so I decided not to.
Are there a lot of pictures in that book?
There was. That's why I thought that it would be good to get for 12-year-olds, because I figured like, they're gonna have like freaky, gross stuff in there, and I just figured they wouldn't like it, and I don't think they would.
Well, I look forward to the day that you go to that location in Hollywood, and then they've got Denise Salcedo's record of listening to Taylor Swift's shitty song 415 times.
With my picture there and like
With
a little
picture there. Yeah, and the headphones and shit, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Now, before we end this broadcast, I'm going to break in, and I'm just going to tell you, I will not stand for this slander of cruise ships. As a former cruise ship employee myself, I will not.
What did you do on the cruises?
I did a couple of contracts as a musician. I was with the party band. So,
I see.
So Jimmy, when they would ask you to dress up in the tuxedos and everything, it was formal night. And formal night was all about the big like events going on in the atrium where they would do the champagne waterfalls and all that. I get it, the food stuff and going into the same dining hall. It's their way of like breaking things up. It's a hotel on the water.
I get why they do it, but that doesn't make it not stupid.
I mean, everyone has their way of, enjoying their time on board.
100%. 100%.
Right?
Like
there are
I
people
know
who don't care for any of this stuff.
I know people that go on cruises every single year. Like that's what they do. They go on cruises every year and they love it. And like they have friends that they go with every single year. Some of them know like the staff because they see the same staff every year. That's cool. Like they can totally do that, but it's not for me. And like to think that, hey, let's put on a tux to go back to the same joint that I've already gone to like 10 times in the last 2 days. Nah, it's just not for me. It's not for me.
Put it like this. Denise, when you retire someday and you decide, hey, I don't want to go and live in a home. I don't want to go on a cruise ship and just do the around the world cruise all the year round because it's cheaper than a home.
Okay, you saw that in one of the. There's a news story. I know your news about that where people like live on a cruise ship all the time.
It's common knowledge. Like it's a thing. There's a morgue on board, by the way, people.
What?
Really?
You'll never know. But if
on every cruise ship or just
every cruise ship, there's a holding cell, there's a morgue, because there's a high percentage of the elderly who ride on cruise ships, and anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Yeah, I mean the COVID thing, right?
So I had a code alpha. I think is usually the code for not someone who's dead, but someone who it might be happening. I was in the middle of a training session in the crew area with the medical team, and it's a whole bunch of us just kind of doing CPR training. And they had said earlier in the show or earlier in the presentation, they said, if you ever hear code alpha, we have to drop everything and go. No questions asked. We don't say a word. We just leave. In the middle of that presentation, they got a code alpha and they dropped everything and they left. And they're like, we might be back. We sat there for 15 minutes before no one opened their mouth. And then I eventually said, I don't think they're coming back. And they did not come back.
Is there like a little like hospital or like a doctor or somebody? Like they gotta have like somebody there, right? Like a medical
There's
person?
a full medical team on board. There's doctors on board. There are registered nurses on board, and they are legitimately trained and everything. There is a medical bay for both passengers and for staff, for crew.
And did somebody die?
Way. Now I'm definitely not going on a cruise.
I don't remember.
Die? Oh,
I don't remember. It was 5 years ago, that contract, when it happened.
Yeah.
But like it's happened, and again, you'll never know because they'll take you. Everyone will be off the ship, and they'll take you off in a spot that like you'd never know. Not even crew would know unless you were doing it.
Nope.
It's kind of like jumpers. It's like jumpers on the subway.
Kinda.
You
Yeah,
know
and
that
also-
whenever the subway train like hangs around at a stop for a while, oftentimes it's because it's a jumper.
Yeah, and again, you wouldn't know unless you just.
Did you know that,
figured it out.
Denise?
No, and I was just in New York the other day, and we were stopped for a while, and they were like, "Oh, there's traffic," and I was like, "All right, I'll believe you."
So
Sometimes it
I
is.
was
Sometimes it is
one
that.
time. One time I was at a subway stop, and there was a worker for the subway next to me, and they had a code like what Joel was saying, and the train. I must have been standing there for 20 minutes waiting for the train, and they came on the thing and they said the code, and I looked at the guy and I said, "Is that what I think it is?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, it's probably a jumper." And I said, I thought that's probably what it was. So, yeah, it's a pretty common thing, yeah.
no.
Yeah.
See,
But-
now I'm definitely not going to cruise though. I cannot. I'm sorry. Like, I cannot be in a ship with a morgue in it. Like, I don't even like hospitals.
You'd have no idea about it. You
No.
wouldn't know. It's in such a deep, like unknown crew area that you
Doesn't
couldn't
matter.
even
I
get.
know it's there. So now there's spirits and stuff like that. Hell
Honestly,
no.
Denise, like the I would say the galley is more of something to be afraid of, like the kitchen, the galley, than any morgue would be.
Why
the
the
morgue is
kitchen?
probably cleaner in some places.
Why the kitchen?
Because the kitchen, there's always something going on. There are always people cooking and
Like a
cleaning. and-
murder?
No, but there's always something going on. Whereas the morgue, 9 times
Bugs
out
in
of
the
10,
food,
ain't
Denise.
nothing.
Bugs in the food.
Bugs in the
hells
food.
no.
Because you
got
got to pick up the produce wherever you're going, right? If you're in the middle of the country of Tonga, who knows
Right.
what's in the lettuce?
Okay, now Denise is definitely not going on a cruise
I'm not
ship.
gonna go anywhere. I'm never leaving my house. This is it. I'm gonna be like, there's those people that don't leave their house because they have like a disease,
Yeah,
right? 'Cause they're
phobias and stuff.
scared.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
That's it. I've developed a phobia to everything.
I can't wait till
Anyway.
you tell a fiance, have fun in Hawaii by yourself.
Yeah, be like, peace, enjoy, have a good time,
I'll
find a
join you
new
on
wife.
Zoom.
Let me
Yeah.
know how it goes.
Anyway,
Oh
I
my
wanted
gosh.
to put an end to this cruise ship slander.
Well, no, now I hate cruise ships even more. You made it worse, Joel.
Yeah, and
Whatever.
I'm not doing one again either. I don't see myself ever doing one again.
So my parents are avid cruisers. They love to go. I've only worked ships. I would not be a passenger on it only
Right.
because I know what it's like to work on it. I know what goes into it, and also I'd rather get paid to be on one than have to pay to go on one.
That's
just
fair.
me.
Yeah,
But the
yeah,
rooms-
That's just, I don't know.
But the cabins, the staterooms that passengers get, a billion times nicer than the crew. Like
Oh, I
it-
can
that's a whole
imagine.
other can of worms to talk about. But
I mean,
yeah.
that is the Titanic. That basically is the Titanic, right?
Yeah, some crew are treated better than others. Some
Yeah,
have better
yeah.
quarters than others, depending on their rank and where they're from and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right.
all that
Well,
stuff.
thanks for your time, Denise. And
Thank you.
if I don't talk to you before your wedding, congratulations and
Thank
good luck.
you. Thank you.
And I'm going to give you one piece of advice about your wedding.
What?
Take a moment to soak it in and enjoy it.
I'll try.
Because when we got married, so my wife is Trinidadian and she wanted to change late into the evening into like a traditional Trinidadian dress. And we thought, she was like, by the time that happens, like I would have already done this, and this. Next thing we know, somebody taps her on the shoulder and says, it's time to change your dress. And she's like, why? Because the evening flew like that. And so she wishes that she had taken more time. Did you get so busy talking to people?
Yeah.
She wishes she had more time to just kind of relax and enjoy it. So make sure you take a minute to relax and enjoy it. We had like an ice bar with our own custom drink, and neither one of us tried it.
Oh no! I heard people
No.
don't even try their own food, like at the wedding.
No,
that they
because
don't
you-
eat.
It flies by really fast. So make sure that you take a minute to enjoy it.
I'll try.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I click the subscribe button. You really should too. If you like videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, subscribe now.